Okay guys, KC for Casey's Nation here. I'm in my backyard, so I'm not out in the wilderness, but I do have this nice wooded area in the back of my backyard to play with. So, today I figured we were going to make charcloth. I wanted to show you some, a technique that I've stumbled upon, I guess. I really just started doing it and it kind of worked. So, I'm going to make some charcloth and then I'm going to try to use it and ignite it. So, let's get to it. Alright, so let's go over to my little work shelter I have back here. It's made out of bamboo and a drop cloth from the dollar store. I made it yesterday and the roof is already coming down. So I might have to fix that. But this is where I'm going to be doing my work. Yeah, I got a go-kart too. I'm going to put videos on that also. But I got me two pieces of wood sitting there. I'm going to use one for a work table and the other for a stool. Alright guys, so what I have here is, I think this is an old Sterno can thing. It's never been used, well it has been used by me, but when I got it, it was never used. I got it at a dollar store for like $1.50 or something. Or no, not at the dollar store. I got it at like a thrift store for like $1.50. You can't get everything at the dollar store. But it's got this nice little thing here. I don't know what it's for. I guess it's to open the jets up for an alcohol stove. But it's got this cap that I'm gonna put over top of it. And I'm basically just gonna cook it until I feel that the charcloth is done. So what I have here, I have a little MSR fuel canister and a stove to go on top of it. I got this stove off of eBay for next to nothing. So let's do this. So to make charcloth, you're first gonna need some 100% cotton. It's any type of woven cotton, but make sure it's 100%. And if you don't know what charcloth is, it's a means of starting a fire from a spark. It's kind of like dryer lint, but more combustible. Kind of like charcoal, but instead it's cloth. So I'm going to set up my stove. What I have here is an old pair of pajama pants. So I'm going to get my knife out and I'm going to cut me up some pieces. And I'm going to put them in here. If I can get it apart. See, there's the cup. And I'll put it on top of the stove. And basically you just want to take and get you some pieces off of the whatever you have to use. You can use an old t-shirt. I've even seen people use denim jeans, which is interesting. I'm just going to take and put it, we'll cut it up. That way it chars better. So, oh come on. Put it in some strips. Use that. That way it chars better and faster. And when I do it on this butane stove here, this thing goes. It gets done pretty fast. I tested it out last night and it worked out pretty fast. So just gonna sit here and rip these things up and put them in here. Now I'm gonna take this little top here, and it just twists right on top of this somehow. There we go. It just twists right on top, and then you just set this thing on top. I think like I said, I think it's an old or Sterno thing for like a kitchen type of thing to keep stuff warm. But let's start the stove and let's start this grease monkey. What's nice about this stove is it has a built-in igniter, so I don't have to worry about doing anything. Now we're just going to sit it on top there, have the heat somewhat going. I don't want to waste all my gas. And we just sit and wait. We'll wait for it to smoke, and what it'll do, it'll smoke, and it'll smell interesting. I did it last night. It smelled like roasted marshmallows, so that was pretty fun. So we'll pause the video, and when it starts to smoking, I'll get you on camera. Alright guys, you're back. Now, didn't take real long, but now it's starting to smoke. I'm going to open up the top, and you can see it's really smoking a lot. I'm going to just keep that covered up. I'm going to keep it doing that until it's, until it stops smoking. I think you can ignite this smoke, and that's what you're supposed to tell how it's done. You're supposed to ignite it, and once it's done burning, once whatever you ignited, once it goes out, it should be done. But this little rig I have here is not set up for that. I'll probably put a hole in the top of this and do that later on. But as you can see, it's smoking up a cloud pretty well. So it's doing its thing. All right. Now that it's out, we're gonna let it quit smoking for a while. I'm actually gonna pull it off the stove and move the stove aside. We'll take and move the top of this can off. It's not hot. Ooh, it's hot. Really should be wearing gloves for this, but I didn't feel like it. So now we're just gonna let the smoke clear off of it, and then I'll show you how to use it. Okay guys, now that we're back, I had a little mishap. I'm going to admit it. I haven't really done a lot of this before. So I'm still learning. This is a lot of trial and error. But what I did was I went ahead, I blew it out, took it off the stove and let it cool down. And I went ahead and took it apart. I didn't know that it was going to be ignited on the inside. So I took it out and the air got to it and it started, it didn't start to flame up, but it started charring a lot of it. So what I've done is I've taken it, and it's still warm, so I might let it settle down for a little bit if it's still charred. But what I did, I put it all back into the cup, and I covered it up with the what was left of the clothing that I was using to make the charcloth, and I prevented air from getting to it, like the wind. So we're going to open it up and see how it is now. Hopefully it's not completely burned up. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. So as you can see, this black stuff here was originally a lot of this stuff here. And so now I can start a fire with this if I need to. And it'll catch a flame really good too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get some tinder together, and I'll go find a striker, or what I think I'm going to use for my striker is an old lighter, because I don't have my striker yet. I lost my old one, and I used to have one a long time ago, but I lost it, so I've ordered another one. And so I could just light it with matches. Y'all want to see that? Y'all don't want to see that. So I'm going to go find a striker and cut a little bit of tinder. Hopefully I can find something in my backyard, and I'll try to ignite it for you. Got the fire going now. The wind was killing it. So I'm just feeding it a little bit of sticks and stuff. Right now it's burning off the tinder, but some of the sticks are starting to catch, so hopefully that works. But yeah, we made fire. Have a good one.